Amsterdam, a new film with a great story, great script from a great director, and it has an amazing cast. But does that mean that it's actually worth a watch and it's a good movie? We know what the movie has. It has all these great elements, but does that actually translate into an enjoyable movie experience? Well, I'm going to answer that question for you right now. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and I want to say thank you so much for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. I was able to see Amsterdam a little bit early, and I'm here to give you my honest, no BS, non-spoiler review for you today and tell you if it's worth a watch. But have you guys seen Amsterdam? What I invite you guys to do is let me know your thoughts of the movie down in the comment section down below. Let's get a discussion going between us. Now, let's begin. So, we have Amsterdam from director David O. Russell, and he has done such films as American Hustle, The Fighter, Silver Linings Playbook. The guy knows how to make some Oscar bait, and he actually wins quite a bit, especially for his performances. And speaking about performances, man, the cast in this movie is huge. We have Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldaña, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, and Taylor Swift. Yes, we even have Taylor Swift in this movie, who actually was pretty good. She's not in the movie for very long, but she's actually not too bad. But is this film worth a watch? That's the question you guys want answered. And I'll be honest, it depends on who you are. There's gonna be a certain group of people that really love this movie, and I can completely see why. And there's gonna be another group of people who really despise this movie or find it very lackluster, and I can also completely see why. Because drawing from my own personal experience here, this is a movie that we would have been discussing a lot in film school. Big name director, big cast, Oscar bait kind of a movie. These are the movies that people were excited about amongst my other film graduates. And the reason why I bring that up is because when looking at Amsterdam, in my own point of view, there is nothing wrong with this film. There's no blatant flaw that I can point at and go, hey, that's a bad movie because of this flaw, that flaw, the pacing wasn't right, the bad performance, whatever the case may be. There's nothing I can point to and say that's bad in this movie. However, like I said earlier, this movie does have great performances from a great director and a great story and a great script. But unfortunately, the whole is less than the sum of its parts, meaning you have all these great elements stacked up like this, but the movie experience doesn't really live up to all those things. So while on one hand, it might get an A+ on the film school report card for production design and cinematography and sound design and all those other filmmaking elements, but my overall experience with it, I was kind of bored. I was watching this movie and going, okay, this is a really well-made movie. Why don't I feel anything? And when watching the movie, of course, you have all those platitudes about life, and it makes the movie feel very smart. Like, okay, this movie really knows what it's talking about. It's not just some popcorn fluff, like a Michael Bay movie or something like that. And that's when I realized that there's gonna be the two groups of people. Film scholars will enjoy it, but film fans probably won't. Or better put, this is a film, not a movie. You guys know what I mean? And that statement I can use for quite a few films, and I've been trying to narrow it down what it actually means by that, because I feel it. I'm not necessarily seeing characters on screen. I'm not necessarily seeing a story. I'm seeing a director direct, and I'm seeing actors act. There's a difference there. We're hearing the filmmakers say, look at how good at filmmaking we are, which is a shame because the story in Amsterdam is actually quite interesting about the rise of fascism in America before World War II, and a very simple premise about friendship, about how people can meet in the craziest of circumstances from all over the world, and you create bonds that last a lifetime. It's a very simple premise. And like I said earlier, there's a great cast in this movie, and there are some great performances, but I don't necessarily see characters. I'm seeing actors act really well. I see Christian Bale on screen. I see Margot Robbie on screen. I see Chris Rock on screen. I don't necessarily see the characters that they're playing. I'm seeing these actors basically showcasing their best acting chops. So a film school report card would go A+ for acting, A+ for all these different acting techniques. They don't disappear into their roles. Now, on one hand, from a film school perspective, from a film student perspective, and from a film craft perspective, this is worth a watch because, of course, David O. Russell knows how to make a really well-made movie, and Amsterdam is a very well-made movie. But from just an enjoyment standpoint, I didn't have any emotional connection to this movie at all. I can't deny that when I was sitting in the theater, I'm going, okay guys, I understand that you guys are great at your craft, but I'm not feeling anything. I'm not getting emotionally moved by the story, by the characters. And one metric that I really use to see if a movie has really touched me on a deep personal, emotional level is that when you're driving home from the theater, if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about the meanings, you're thinking about the great scenes, you're thinking about the certain performances, as soon as I left the theater, I was automatically thinking about the rest of my day, and I wasn't even thinking about Amsterdam. And that's not really a good sign. So my answer to whether or not this movie is worth a watch depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a really emotionally moving story with great characters and a really engaging story, then you might be disappointed with Amsterdam. However, if you're looking for a movie with great performances, with great direction, with great cinematography, cinematography and basically getting that A+ on the film school report card, then yeah, Amsterdam is definitely worth a watch. And I can see both sides. So for an overall rating in my mind, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 5. I liked it, but I will admit that this is more of an appreciation of Amsterdam from the filmmaking perspective rather than an enjoyment from a film viewing perspective. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. And it's a real shame because I like this director, I like all these actors, and I find the story does have a lot of substance to it, and the simple premise, the message is really great. It's just that it wasn't able to move me emotionally. And again, that's really personal. So if you guys watch Amsterdam and you are moved by the characters, then that's great. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section down below of Amsterdam. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you did like it, hit that like button so that this video can reach more people, and it helps the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so much in advance for doing that. And I have a Patreon down in the description box below. We have movie nights every single month, which you guys vote on the movies that we watch. For Halloween, where you're going to be watching The Fog, my very first time watch, so if that interests you, the link is down below. And for our secret phrase, what should I do? Natalie Portman looks like Keira Knightley. Let's go with that, which is actually true, because of course in Phantom Menace, you understand. We're not talking about that right now. Amsterdam. It's a good movie from a filmmaking perspective, from a film enjoyment standpoint. Didn't really work for me. So those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.